university. I've not sat down in the university. I've not been to the university for work. But I've educated myself. I've trained myself. And I became a lecturer to them while they were in the university. I taught them. When they find any course that is difficult, they bring it to my table. Why? Because I decided to train myself. I decided to go for knowledge. And so I became a lecturer. I've been invited by different universities around the world. I come as visiting lecturer. Sometimes I talk about economic issues. I've been able to disciple people into governance, governors, senators, and then businessmen and women that have become billionaires. I teach them certain things. Why? Because I had the privilege of being coach when I was a strategic team member. So when now I became a Christian and child of God and I decided to say, look, I'm going to pursue knowledge. I decided to teach, to learn. And there was no internet then. There was none of these things. But you realize I go to libraries, for instance. I would take books and I would sit down and devour the materials. I would study physics as if physics is going to be my life. I will study book on chemistry. I will study medical books. Not because I'm going to practice medicine, but because I needed knowledge to contend with the enemies. So when I'm talking to you, I talk to you from the point of knowledge, not just the point of assumption. So what basically believers need is for them to return back to the basics. I just want you to know that the best way to live in life is for you to be able to fulfill purpose. You were not created just to occupy space. You were not created just to follow just because things are invoking. No, God created you with a purpose. He made you with a plan. You are designed by God as a letter sent by God to be read by your generation. And you have to understand the concept of why God created you. The moment you answer this question, then you begin to live the life that God designed you to live. You will never have an argument whether God exists or God does not exist. It's never going to be a question because surely somebody is in charge of the global earth. And two, you must understand that you don't have all the games in terms of living forever. Everyone has a time limit. And within your space, you must live to honor God and create a future for yourself in eternity. But it's what you do in this mortal war. And that's why David said, teach me to number my days and to apply my heart unto wisdom. Now is the time for you to be able to live. You cannot continue to justify yourself over your carelessness. You cannot continue to justify yourself over the mess. You must have played those things and made the mistakes yesterday. That does not mean you should repeat them today. There is grace available for every one of us to live above. The grace of the Lord Jesus Christ, that's why he died on the cross, that he will be able to take all our foolishness, our mess, our nonsense, clean us up and give us a new start.